Coming up on this episode of Brody Even Talk Pinball, we've got new pinballs, new mods, Pinball Misadventures. What else, Kev?
We're going to talk about connected pinball, Scorbit, Stern Insider Connected, our experience with it, and the pinball machines of the past 50 years.
All of that and more coming right up.
Double super jackpot!
I need a ramp. I need a loop. I want targets I can hit. I need the scoop. I need a double super jackpot in my life. That's right.
Oh, you can't hear that. I've got it playing through the wrong thing. All right, hang on. Hang on.
Jesus.
You can't hear that. Now you can hear it.
And now, the Hall & Oates of pinball podcasting, Nick Lane and Kevin Manny of Buffalo Pinball. Whoa, boom shakalaka.
Skinny guy, bald guy. There you
Nick
go.
Lane,
also known
Kevin Manny.
as skinny guy, bald guy.
Skinny guy, bald guy. That's
Skinny
how-
guy,
that's how
bald
we
guy
roll.
pinball show.
That's right.
Alternative title.
That's right. What's going on, everybody? Happy holiday season. We made it to December.
Yeah.
And we kind of missed November, but, you know, life and Thanksgiving and stuff got in the way. But
Yeah, it's
here
been
we
a
are. Boom, kaboom. Before we get into it, why don't we thank our partners?
Okay, we'll start off with Pin Stadium. Pin Stadium is a lighting kit to add to your pinball machines. It is controlled by an app, iOS, Android. That works. Windows phones, you're out of luck. You can use coupon code Buffalo to save 10%. They are a premium lighting kit. They're fantastic. I got them on my games. Kevin's got them in his games. Check it out. One of the best mods you can possibly get for your pinball machine. Also got the Mod Couple Pinball, the modcouplepinball.com for your modding needs. You want to make your game look special. But you also want it to look almost like it should have been that way from the beginning. Then head over to Mod Couple Pinball. They do a professional job on their mods. We got Flippin' Out Pinball, Zach Many. Once you go Zach, you never go back. He's got all of the games by like all the manufacturers out there except Pinball Adventures, because that doesn't really exist. But you know, Zach Many, I'll tell you, we just the Lanes got another game from Zach Many, and he delivered. So he hooked my dad up with a Led Zeppelin Premium. They're hard to find. They're not going to be making them in 2022. So if you want that game, grab it now. But once again, excellent customer service from Zach Many at Flippin' Out Pinball. You got Pinside, the OG, the original place to go for buying, selling games, forums. Top 100. They even have more than top 100. You name it, Pinside's got it. It's a great, easy to understand and use website. The UI is fantastic. I've been on there since October 2010. It's been a long time. All right, Jersey Jack Pinball, jerseyjackpinball.com, makers of the most beautiful pinball machines on the planet. Their newest game is Guns N' Roses. Grab it now while it's still in production. Pinball EDU, go to pinballraffle.org for your chance to not only support charity, but potentially win a pinball machine. You've got a 1 in 300 chance. There you go. I think it's still $40, right? It's been a while since I got to get a ticket. It's been a while.
I think it's up now, but he limited the number of entries, something like that. Well, because prices have gone up.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
It's I'm sure it's a challenge. All right, I'll have to get a ticket soon. All right, Community Beer Works, communitybeerworks.com. Delicious beer, my favorite beer in all of Buffalo. It is really that good. Every beer I've ever had is good. And they got pinball machines there, so what's not to love? tiltcycle.com for upcycled pinball and arcade art. cometpinball.com for LED needs. pinballmix.com. You can get a custom soundtrack on your pinball machine, really customize it. You don't like the music in there, no problem. Go to pinballmix.com. You can also save 10% with coupon code Buffalo. And then last but not least, our favorite, Titan Pinball, titanpinball.com. Silicone rings, pinballs, not pinball machines, pinballs for your pinball machines, and the most comfortable mat ever. We had league night, and there was a league member who was standing on it, and he's like, I hear you guys talk about it, and he's not like he didn't believe us that it's comfortable, but he still like was amazed, right? Like everyone they step on it, they're just like blown away. That pinball mat, go buy it. It's fantastic. You just need one.
Yeah.
You don't need it for every game. You just need one. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
People are like, oh, they're a sponsor. They're just saying nice things about their sponsor. No, it's amazing.
No, we don't need sponsors.
Right. We get sponsors of
we
products
like them.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
All right, so we got a lot of pinball news this month, so let's get into it. And before that, we got a little somebody that's going to introduce us.
Here's the tip. It's the latest pinball news. So hot, it's on fire.
Kicking it off is a couple one brand new machine, and then one relaunched machine, and then one modified machine. So we got a variety of them coming at you.
This was kind of relaunched, right? It's not brand new. I mean, people bought it.
Yeah, so our good friend
Pizza attorney.
Pizza attorney Adam Gasick,
Former pizza attorney. Retired pizza attorney.
He had one of the first 6 that they made of the prototypes, and then American Pinball picked it up for mass production, which is awesome. So this game is coming to life from American Pinball, their 4th game. News coming to you here from Pinball News. We'll be showing you a bunch of their stuff today, but designed by Scott Gullix, developed by him and Frank Gelati at Riot Pinball. American Pinball worked with Riot Pinball to take what was essentially a homebrew design, convert the mechanic components such that they could be manufactured at scale, further develop the software, sounds, and music, and release it as an American Pinball title. So we have a video of the prototype on our YouTube channel, and then last Friday, the TurboGrafx team streamed it on the Buffalo Pinball Twitch channel. You can check out that video on demand on our Twitch channel. But yeah, you can go out there, you can play it. So what was cool about the launch of this is they launched it to a bunch of different arcades the day of the announcement. So like Jack Bar in New York City, and there's a bunch of them all over the country. And they announced it. They were like, this game, we're coming out with this game. You can go out and play it right now at these select locations. So folks could go out there and try it right away. And then they were available to play at Expo, and then they were at, I think, Midwest Gaming Classic after that. So there's been a lot of exposure of this game already in multiple streams so far. And it looks pretty cool. I always liked the flow of it from watching Skip stream it last year. I was like, oh, that looks really cool. I'd like to play that someday. And then, to see it come to fruition is really cool. There was some talk about weak flippers. And so, but when you watch this on the Buffalo stream with Dave's the tech at Riot Pinball. He streams with Turbo on Fridays on our channel. And he said they identified what was causing that, and they've rectified it. And if you watch the stream, they streamed for over 2 hours, and the flippers were nice and strong the whole time. So if you played it, or if you heard that was a thing that might be a problem, they figured it out, and they're going to fix it before they ship the game, which is cool.
I like Captain Crunch on his throne. That's pretty cool.
These models are weak. These are not good.
Is he fighting the Soggies?
Yeah.
Is that what it's about? Is that the wizard mode?
Yeah, it's oops all berries up there.
Okay.
Yeah, those are probably the low light of the game. The playfield art is pretty cool. It's like cartoony, comic booky.
Yeah.
But it's got what, 3 flippers? Yeah, there's your boy.
There's Captain.
Not good.
God, it's pretty bad.
Actually,
as soon as you zoom in on it, like, look at his eye.
Yeah. The standard edition, I don't think has that, which it sounds like
might be a feature.
Yeah.
Even just change the colors that he is. So he doesn't look like Captain Crunch. That's all.
Yeah. There's a wider playfield shot. So it's got 3 flippers. It's got a shot under the flipper. There's a scoop over here on the left. You can shoot it back into it can go back into the shooter lane, kind of like Deadpool. There's lots of cool stuff. The shot up the middle, you can lock it in this boat in the back, the Viking ship. Cool stuff. Lots of flow, fast flowing playfield. There's all the locations where you can play it. Mm-hmm. So as far as I know, they haven't announced the standard edition yet. They're taking orders for the premium, or whatever they're calling it, the limited deluxe models right here on the flyer. That was one of the things they sold out of the 300 like right away, and then they upped it to 500, and people were not happy. But then some people were happy.
You don't do that. When you say you have limited, that's what you do. You abide by it.
Yeah. I know
it's not limited.
It's awesome that the demand was good, but
you're not standing by your word.
Yeah. Well, Stern has done that too with they did it with Munsters, I think.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't care who does it.
Yeah. It's weird. They came out with this weird statement where it was like
you do this to incentivize people to buy it, right? That's the trade-off, right? Mm-hmm. Like you just limit it, but you take a risk, but you also it's the incentives in your favor. But then when you're winning, it's tilting towards you. Then you just jack it up again. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They're probably all excited that they had a hit on their hands, and they just started. They're like, all right, make more of them. People love this. There you go.
Who cares if we lied?
Yeah. Nobody will remember. Oh, wait, we put it on our flyer.
Pepperidge Farm and Nick Lane remembers.
That's right. So there you go. That's Legends of Valhalla. Looking forward to giving that a flip one of these days. And like I said, if you want to see it in action, you can check it out on the Buffalo Pinball Twitch channel. Next, we have...
An overpriced game.
Who wanted this? Nobody.
Well, there's a few people with a lot of money who want it, who couldn't resist it. Maybe they didn't want it.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't demand it, but they're like, I can't help myself.
Well, with the funny, so the game we're talking about is Elvira's House of Horrors, 40th anniversary edition. So apparently it's Elvira's 40th anniversary over the, I don't know what the 40th anniversary of the creation of Elvira. Okay. So that's where they got the 40 years from. 199 units available. Stern will decide the allocation of the machines to their distributors. No pricing information has been released either. This is one of those call for pricing, kind of like Beatles was. And I was reading Pinside, and folks were saying they were getting quotes as high as like $28,000. And I was like, why? Because there's other than cosmetic upgrades, there's no difference between this and the like premium that was like $8,000-$9,000. It's got the super shiny side art that the Batman 66 Super LE had.
Jesus Christ, you put some fucking glitter on a game and suddenly people are getting their wallets out.
All right, here's the features. I'll read them to you from the flyer. The custom Elvira dagger shooter rod. Oh yeah, that's gonna break off. Exclusive autographed Elvira trading card and an autographed best-selling autobiography book. Yours truly, Elvira Memoirs, Mistress of the Dark.
I'll give you a little tip. You go to one of these comic book nerd shows and you just get her to sign it.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
like
pay
a $20 thing. Yeah. Exclusive 40th anniversary full-color mirrored backlash.
Okay.
Exclusive
Mirrored
40th
backlash,
anniversary custom paranormal purple sparkle powder-coated pinball armor. So it's purple.
It's
It's a lot of words to say we made it purple. Exclusive 40th anniversary certificate of authenticity, autographed by Elvira and Gary Stern.
Well, now you're
God.
talking.
It's got Stern Insider connected. There it is. That's the value. Exclusive 40th anniversary themed cabinet, hand-drawn artwork featuring hyper chrome embossed surface, and an exclusive 40th anniversary metal plaque sequentially numbered. There you go.
Oh, it's sequentially numbered.
As opposed to sequentially numbered.
Well, there you go. That's why it's $28,000.
We found it. We dug to the bottom of that one. So if you got a lot of money and you really like Elvira, you can spend it on these because I'm sure they didn't sell out of all 199 of them.
You want to flex? Listen, I don't blame Stern. Why not put some fucking glitter on it, change the color, charge like 3 times as much? Somebody's gonna buy it. I would do that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're seeing
whatever.
people drop $36,000 on a Pirates LE.
Stern would be stupid not to.
Yeah, they're like, oh, people have money and they want to
just
spend
didn't realize there's these many crazy people out there years ago, and they finally dawned on them that
We'll take some of that money.
Make 5 games of something and charge $100,000. Fucking change the color again in a few months.
Scribble makes a good point. There's not even a piece of the couch with this. You used to get a piece of the couch with the Super LE.
What couch?
Elvira's couch that she
Holy
sat on.
shit.
They gave you, for the original run of Super LEs, you got a piece of the couch.
Oh my God, a piece of the couch.
Oh my God.
Well, but you're right. To your point, something. If
It's
you're a huge
something,
Elvira
yeah.
fan, that's
It's
significant. I'm not making fun of that per se, but you're right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's like a thing you used to get for less money that now you don't get. There you go. Cool. So this next one was unexpected. A 2.0 kit for Funhouse. So if you're familiar with the Bride of Pinbot 2.0 kit, think of that, but for Funhouse. So this is Funhouse Rudy's Nightmare, and a new officially licensed conversion kit for the game Funhouse to bring new features, new rules, a new sound package, new artwork, full color display, and an animated mystery mirror to the popular 1990 Williams title. Pedretti Gaming, Team Pinball, Fast Pinball, Pin Sound, and Planetary Pinball Supply work together to develop the Funhouse Rudy's Nightmare kit, which comes with a new Fast Pinball WPC 89 replacement CPU board, a new pin sound board with all the audio content, a replacement mystery mirror, which contains an LCD display to show, that's redundant, an LCD to show the dynamic content, and a complete new speaker panel with 14-inch color LCD. We're not going to say display. And a new speaker system.
It's killing Kevin right now.
And a new translate and interior artwork decals. So yeah, it's you're bringing a whole new rule set, new art, new display, new sound. It's got a display that goes over the scoop. It kind of reminds me of the phone on Dialed In.
Yeah.
that's gonna bring a screen to the playfield. Same playfield.
That's stupid. You know, the thing about that is those games, like, there was maybe a few of them that were clear-coded, but those games are like beat up kind of on the playfield because they're not clear-coded. So it's kind of a shame to get this. I mean, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
But on this game, you're sort of your game might be a little beat.
Mm-hmm.
You got this kit, so it's, I don't know.
They got a really
That's
nice
cool.
one for the photos of this, but there's some of the modes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Looks really neat.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Like,
You want to see the video?
Funhouse, Rudy's nightmare.
That's Rudy's nightmare.
Featuring new graphics.
New graphics. Oh my god, new graphics. Turn it down a little bit. How about a hot dog? All right. It's going nowhere fast.
yeah, sorry, listeners.
So yeah, you can check that out. I think it's like $2,500, $2,700.
By the way, I hope you do have some more media timed up for our when we talk about things later on.
There's good stuff coming. You just stick around.
All right. Getting ahead of myself.
All right. So that's Funhouse 2.0 Rudy's Nightmare. Looks cool. Looking forward to playing that someday. I don't have a Funhouse, so I won't be getting it. But maybe you do, and you want to upgrade it. You can do that now. Multimorphic's got some updates. The first one is this enhanced flipper kit. So surprise, surprise. I've been beta testing this since before Sorcerer's Apprentice. So you've played with this already unknowingly.
Oh my goodness.
I was under NDA not to discuss it, but it adds end of stroke switches, and there's also firmware and software updates to improve the flippiness of the flippers, the strength, the accuracy. There's less knockdown. If there's a powerful shot out of a scoop, it's not going to like knock the flippers back at all. Really cool stuff. I noticed an immediate upgrade in the accuracy and strength of the shots. So where, for example, like I used to almost exclusively backhand the ramps on Heist, and now I can nail them on the forehand. And so it was like, if you watch me do the run where I got through the whole game, I got from start to finish through the big heist and everything. That was with these new flippers, so it definitely helped me out getting through all those those modes in that game. It does not apply to the upper flipper, so it made no difference on the crossdown shot. What I did on there was I adjusted the kick out from that launch, so it's a nicer feed to the upper flipper now. So that helped with that. Very good upgrade there from Multimorphic. You can go read the news release with a this is the best quote right here though. That guy has good things to say. All right, the other thing is they launched some new cabinet artwork. This is if you want to just have a all-encompassing P3 artwork on your package versus on your machine versus something that's specific to a game, you can get this. They call this the system core art. I really like this. It's like kind of like you're looking inside the mechs of the P3. It's very I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Halo or like Robotech or something like that. Cool stuff. You can grab that from multimorphic.com. And what else we got? What's next? We got Stern. Stern released some code updates. You have personal experience with these code updates. So right before Thanksgiving, they dropped a whole bunch of code, and some of it did good stuff and some of it didn't.
Something can go fuck itself. So here's my experience. So I went home to visit my family on Monday, and I helped my dad unbox his first new pinball machine that he got, which is Led Zeppelin Premium. So we got that set up, and then the very next day I see a code drop for Led Zeppelin Premium and a bunch of other games. I was like, wow, this is amazing timing, because it's funny, the previous Led Zeppelin code dropped the day that I got my game delivered. So I was like, wow, this is fantastic. And my dad says to me, he's like, shouldn't you wait to update it and make sure there's no issues with that? I was like, nah. I go, there never is. I've never like had a code drop and had an issue on a pinball machine ever. And I've got to figure that they've had this code done for a while, because they released like 8 games or something ridiculous, right? This is like their big Thanksgiving code drop. So of course you put it on, and it fucked up the main toy in the game. The main toy, the one toy in the game, the magic spinner, it messed it up where like it starts releasing when it comes up from underground with the ball. You're supposed to hit it off, but it was just releasing. So I didn't know what was going on. I thought that there was something wrong with our brand new game. So I start tearing into that, trying to figure out what's going on, and then finally I look on the forums, and sure enough, they broke it. The one thing, and the only reason I updated it, like the only real thing in that, I mean, there's like node board stuff, but the only other like code thing really was they put the seizure mode back in the game, which I was excited about. But I broke the main feature, so we had a broken, non-functioning game. The way it should for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Good job. Thank you, Stern. I guess they also broke Black Knight Sword of Rage, too. So it looks like they fixed that today. There's a code update, but Led Zeppelin's still messed up. So don't update Led Zeppelin until they fix that. There you go. Good job, Stern.
Yeah, nicely done. We they just dropped another code update. Oh, yeah, sound is fine. Okay, thanks. Where it had Aerosmith, and what was the other one? They fixed Led Zeppelin. Was that the other? Or no, Black Knight was the one that they fixed. The other code update was we had some new Pirates of the Caribbean beta code. So there was like a code update that dropped like a year ago that a few of us got access to. They've added that to the public beta. Now, if you're not familiar with that, if you have your JJP game connected to the internet, then you can opt into beta updates. And if you do that, you can download the beta and get that update that we got like a year or so ago. Plus, they've made some new changes and tweaks. So it's got Scorbit and the Wi-Fi connectivity in there and everything now. It doesn't have the final wizard mode yet, but they're working on it. So you can get one step closer to finish code on Pirates after all this time. We were making some progress, everybody. And then, so those are your big code updates. I want to give a couple shout outs to a couple friends of the channel. The first one is this is Pinball, a graphic history of the Silverball from John Chad. So John Chad, he was one of the first. Here, let me show you here. So way back in the day, I got a copy of Drop Target the Zine.
Oh, I had those back in the day.
Yeah, this is by John Chad and Alec Longstreth. This is number one because I'm an OG.
Let me see that one.
I got more upstairs. But yeah,
I think I have this too.
Way back when I was like really getting heavy into the pinball scene, I was like, oh, this is cool. Let me grab that. So I grabbed one of those, and then I hadn't heard from him much since they stopped doing that. They did like an omnibus version of that where they put all the zines into one big book. But this is a brand new publication from John, where I can show you over here. If we click this, it shows you some of the art inside. Very cool stuff. Comic book style history of pinball. He gave us a digital copy of it. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I'm confident this is a great item to pick up. It's a $25 for a hardcover book. So just give it a search. It's called Pinball: A Graphic History of the Silver Ball by John Chad, and check it out.
It's not coming out until February 8th.
Oh, where did you say? Oh yeah, on sale 2/8. So you can pre-order it now, I guess. So,
okie dokie.
There you go. The other thing is, our good friend Charles Acosta over at Pinball Photos launched a new shirt. Look at that. He's looking very handsome in that shirt, and it's super soft. He sent me one, free of charge, and I was like, "Oh, we'll give you a shout out on the show," and I can show you here. If we go over here. There you go. So it's got this like scared stiff style embroidered front. It says Pinball Photos, and on the back is a cool illustration, like pinball playfield style illustration. It's like super. It feels like you're wearing a blanket when you put it on. It's super nice, soft, and this would be Nick Lane approved, I think.
That's like maybe like a winter T-shirt.
Exactly. They do run a little small though, so if you order one, I would order at least the size up to make sure it fits good. Or unless you're like if you're nice and fit like Charles is here, you can get away with it. But if you got a couple extra pounds on you,
if you're your average pinball player, you want to go size up.
Order up. But we were talking to him about these, and he gets them made in a factory that they actually make the shirts from scratch. So he was like so obsessed with the quality of it. It's like he was searching all over it, and they make these shirts from scratch. They do a really good job. So check out Charles. He's got other awesome products too. Like I know you were looking at some of this.
Oh shit! Pinball shower curtains.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
You need a shower curtain, Nick?
Oh, click on it. I want to see it.
All right, we're going shopping, everybody. Look at that.
Holy shit! I know what Martha's getting for Christmas.
I hope she's not listening.
I hope she. I don't want to just show up with that. I gotta just show her and be like, yeah. Pinball shower curtain.
Do your holiday shopping here at Pinball
Look
Photo.
at that.
Pinballphotos.com. You can get your shirts.
There we go.
here.
Now we're talking.
I have some coasters from him. He does really good work. So we like Charles. He's a good dude. Awesome. So good friends of the channel. All right. Are we ready for some Pinball Misadventures?
Absolutely.
All right. So Nick, you are our unofficial Deeproot correspondent. Actually, I think our official Deeproot correspondent is Blueberry Johnson from Pinside.
He is.
He's been hooking us up with some the hot tips on Deeproot. So I just pulled up a post that I thought was interesting. He's been dumping this thread full of Deeproot info. He's got contacts at Deeproot, and they're sending him all sorts of stuff. So this is
great.
Yeah, this is the game that was supposed to be. Remember when they talked about they were going to be upgrading Space Cadet? Apparently, this is what it was.
Looks nothing like Space Cadet.
No, not at all.
Is that the manga going to come up from the center or something? Look at that.
I don't know. And it's just there's like racks. I don't know any of those. So what did you read of the? So you sent us a few emails. What did you read of those emails? And was there anything like that stuck out to you?
I will just kind of summarize it. What I'll do maybe next time is go through it again and just kind of have like some bullet points of just how bad this is. But just like,
I like this one.
Put Robert and Deeproot into a nutshell. I mean, Robert's just complete sociopath narcissist, right? And like, he had so much money and they didn't even produce a game. And he had like people scrambling to do stuff. And then they would his team would always push to try to complete something. And he'd be like, no, or change this. He would always be changing things and saying things differently and then moving on to something else. So it's like, it's really bizarre. Like he like never wanted to release a game. Like I don't think that he really never wanted to release a game, but he kept on like tweaking and changing things. And obviously he didn't know what the hell he was doing. So I can only imagine how frustrating it is to work at that place because they had so much money that he stole. They had people actually doing some work, and then nothing got done. You know, I mean, that's just wasted space, wasted facilities, building like the auditorium to show off the stuff. It is just like, just a level of incompetence. Like, this guy had millions and millions of dollars, and he could not produce a pinball machine, which is just the craziest thing ever. You have people producing pinball machines in their basement and selling it, and he couldn't even do that. So that's the story of Deeproot in a nutshell. Like that's the cliff notes. Like just some bizarre thing about him. Just could not put out anything to market.
Yeah, so I like this. If you're watching the podcast, the video version, this must have been food truck, right? Yeah. It's got the Deeproot soda sign, and there's Deeproot root beer. And like, why didn't they just call it Deep Root Beer? You know, that would have been great. Deeproot Orange, Deeproot Cola,
Deeproot Root Beer.
Deeproot.
Well, I mean, that's just like that's just a sticker and stuff. This is not. But there's like everything's just like a tinkering and designs and just I don't know, overcomplicating things and yet not getting anything done, or just like finding the most expensive boards and not going with simple options, or like they'll order something and then Robert would say that's not good enough, so then they'll have to like scrap it and order things again. And just like phenomenal waste of time and money, a phenomenal waste of talent, resources, money, and all money that was stolen too. It's just, there needs to be a documentary on this. This is unbelievable stuff.
There's somebody down here I want to show. Where is it? Right here. So this was Gladiator was the game that was supposed to be based on 3D Space Cadet. It says features based on 3D Space Cadet layout, first virtual table converted to a physical layout. Subways galore. So here's Space Cadet, right? There's Space Cadet. And then there it looks nothing like it. Nothing like it. You've got like you can see sort of like there's like the little upper playfield here on the right. That it's kind of like that. But it's on the left on Space Cadet. I don't know. It's nothing like it. There you go.
Yeah, his stupid like raising the glass thing. Mm-hmm. That's so dumb. Like, first of all, I couldn't own one of his games. Well, I can't own his games because they don't exist. But let's say in the hypothetical world, he actually shipped a game and that was the system. I wouldn't be able to lift the glass off. I wouldn't be able to get the glass up on my ceilings and to get the playfield up whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's a non-starter.
It'd be total mess. We might have a solution for that later, though.
Maybe.
We might. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Not quite yet, though. So that's your summary of Deeproot. Saul Hudson says, so we're not getting Raza. Is that official? I'm going to go ahead and say yes, you're not. You're never getting a Raza.
You'll never, ever get a Raza, Saul Hudson. I don't know where you've been, but you ain't never getting it. You were never getting it. We said it for years, and we were right. So
yeah, go back a couple episodes where we had Robert on the cover image on YouTube. That's the one where we.
Robert's going to be in jail, first of all.
Yeah.
Because he just ruined the lives of so many retirees and other people along the way. Basically, anybody who got swept up in his bullshit has just been hurt or damaged in some way.
Yeah. Is it too late to pre-order though? I mean, go right ahead if you want, but it's pre-order at your own risk. We told you.
Yeah.
All right. So our other our new favorite quote unquote
Here we
pinball
go.
company.
Oh, this is refreshing. See, like Raza, I'm like I'm tired. Like I'm coming alive now. This is fresh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That was just like we got to talk about
Here
it.
we go.
This is the juicy stuff here. So
here we got Ian.
Nick's a real insider.
My man Ian.
He Nick joined the mailing list, right?
Oh, I'm on the mailing list. I'm up in that fucking thread on Pinside, chiming away, not holding back.
Did you join the Ballarama Pinball Enthusiast Facebook group yet?
Not yet, because then it will make 11 members of that Facebook group, and I want to keep them at a solid 10 for now.
There it is, the new Facebook group alert.
There's a ball around. Well, let's see the description. No, go back.
I need
Kevin.
to make this fit better.
All right. So this is another thing that I just noticed today. So Ballarama has a Facebook group page. All right, but then they also have another Facebook page, which is like a Ballarama Pinball Enthusiast page. There's already a Pinball Enthusiast page. There's actually multiple ones of that, and they've created another one. You just come and talk about pinball. Doesn't have to be Ballarama. It could be any pinball. Because we don't have any outlets or forums to do that. So they've attracted 10 people since June or July. Congratulations, Ballarama. That's indicative of your decisions that you're making. So
how many of those do you think are Ballarama employees?
Oh, there's family and employees and what's it, Natalie?
Yeah, they're marketing.
The marketing. Who's bilking them.
Yeah, totally.
Natalie is the biggest bilker ever.
All right, let's. I got to show my favorite.
Is it them taking shit out of the box?
No. My favorite is the pros and cons of using Kickstarter.
Look at the graphics. Look at how ugly that is.
It's like Windows 3.1, but blue and red.
Is that a? Oh, God.
All right. Are we ready? The pros and cons of using Kickstarter funding. Pro: the manufacturer has funds up front. Con: the buyer pays up front.
That's a big con.
Okay, yeah.
That's a big con.
Pro: monies can't be withdrawn, so causing a halt. Con: buyers can't get refunded money. Yeah, that seems
There's
like
a lot of cons.
Seems like a con.
Yeah.
Pro: Kickstarter.
Emphasis on con, by the way. Let's focus on that word a little bit and deconstruct it. They're telling you right now what's going on, people.
Kickstarter can provide. This is a pro. Kickstarter can provide a cheaper source of funds for investors. Sorry. Con: must pay a Kickstarter.
This is Ballarama telling us how Kickstarter works. This is great.
Thanks.
Take notes, people.
Pro: manufacturer has control of the business as no other investors. Con: harder to confirm enough buyers, so Kickstarter funding fails. All or nothing.
You're not reading it right, Kevin. Let me try the next slide.
Okay.
Pro: manufacturer doesn't need to transfer share ownership to investors. Con: no ongoing investor assistance.
Nailed it. Is this your
That's
life?
I'm in sales, Kevin.
This
Yeah.
is it. There you go. There's.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Natalie. She's on the Ballarama thread.
Somebody had
somebody found the Adobe stock photo that she's in front of.
Yeah, and then the post on Pinside was like there's so much brainstorming ideas going on. There's nothing else in the office.
Yeah.
It's just a whirlwind of brainstorming ideas.
So much brainstorming.
So much. Is there Robert? Robert. I was a Freudian slip. Ian. Ian had a video of him taking some fucking pinball parts out of a box that he got from like Marco's or Pinball Life or something.
They didn't put that on Instagram, otherwise I'd show it. But
it's like 2 minutes of him just pulling like a small box, like pulling out is a pop bumper. Here's the plunger, some shit. Like, all right, like, dude, like, what is the point? Who told you to do that? Did Natalie tell you to do that? She's bilking you.
This one's pretty.
Coming for you, Natalie.
This one's pretty good. The Ballarama. What's coming in December? Are you ready to get hyped for what's coming in December?
Oh, kind of,
Yeah.
because it's content for our podcast. So.
We bring you Heidi, our assistant artistic director, with a reintroduction. So
She's getting
they're
reintroduced.
going to reintroduce Heidi.
The intro was just Heidi is basically helping his wife who needs help doing designs on their non-existent pinball machines. Okay.
So, but we're gonna meet Heidi again. Andy, an introduction to our chief muso. Do you know what that is? And sound engineer. Is that like a music person?
I have no idea what a muso is. I read that and I was like, maybe I'm the only one who doesn't know what a muso is. But Kevin is an educated gentleman.
We're a small town. He's a music guy. Maybe he knows. Hopefully he's in chat. He can fill us in. Later, we include a snippet of some music he's put together to match.
I like how it's just Andy. It doesn't. They're not, like he's so good that he doesn't even have a last name.
You're just supposed to know
Was
who
he
Andy
like
is.
fucking Cher? Like no name, just Andy. All right.
We explain our association with Backbox Games, who will supply our electronics, software, and coding. They will also advise us on game design and rule set. So, who's designing your game?
Yeah. So basically, Backbox Games is making your game.
Yeah.
So they're doing everything. What, you're just facilitating this scam? Barb and Ian?
They also have a few videos. Barb and Ian's story, bumps we've had along the way, and how that's
Including probably this podcast is a bump.
Barb as an artist, and just a few bloopers just for fun.
I think the whole thing's a blooper, so I can't imagine what they've designated as a blooper in their eyes.
It's British for musician, muso. Okay.
Okay.
So they're getting
All right.
they're getting fancy. We'll even drop in a couple of seasoned greetings.
Seasoned. Is it spicy?
They're gonna,
I don't want anything spicy for my tummy, especially late at night. So I don't want their seasoned greens before I go to bed.
Are they gonna marinate them? Like, what's going on?
Oh, maybe they're marinating them. I don't know.
They've been marinating all November, and they're ready to unleash the seasoned greetings.
All right, all the seasons.
To celebrate the time of the year with a smile. Enjoy. So
Seasoned. I didn't see that coming. That's good, Kevin. I like how enjoy. We are. Thank you, Barb and Ian.
We love
Thank you,
you.
Natalie. You guys are crushing it. Stupid fucking PowerPoint.
seasoned greeting. Did they have hashtag man cave on there? Oh yeah, let's look at the hashtags. Look at all that. That screams like I googled arcade hashtags to use on Instagram. Top arcade related hashtags on Instagram, and they copied it.
Barb and Ian is probably, why are they so mean? Well, if you don't know why, then you're that clueless. This is the point. It's like everything you're doing is reeks of. Some people are calling it a con. I don't think it's a con. I don't think you're terrible people, but I think that you've not done any research, and I think you're overly naive somehow. But here's where this becomes a con, or this is where you're culpable for what's ahead. Whether that's lost to people who put faith in you, or your own time, energy, and money. It's the fact that you're active on Pinside. Maybe you've heard this podcast. I heard you interviewed on on another podcast, and that podcaster asked some decent questions that should highlight concerns, and you don't seem to pick up on any of them. Like people are throwing very valid concerns. They're saying, look at what's happened to in pinball the last 10 years with these companies trying to go down the same path. Look how upset people are of this model doesn't work. Try to do it another way. Create a prototype. Do that. Spend your own money. Just create a prototype. Put up what's out. Create something first to see, and then ask people to invest in it. The road you're going down is wrong, but you guys are going full steam ahead. You're saying no. We got this. This is when it becomes a scam or a grift or whatever you call it, because people are telling you this and you're not listening. So there you go.
Yeah, on Pinside, he responded and it was like, well, we can either do it or do it like this or not do it at all. And everybody's like, oh,
Don't do it at all.
How about not doing it?
Yeah. No one's asking for it. Here's what's fucking crazy, Kevin. All right, so their game is $10,000. The game that is going to be a space themed, I guess. That's what I garnered.
Is that from your insider info?
No, I think it was on the podcast they alluded to a space theme. They're like, oh, it might be something like with the art. All right, so you're going to put out a non-licensed space theme, and it's going to be $10,000. I want you to ask this. How the hell are you going to make a game better than Godzilla? Because that's what you're competing against. And Godzilla's not even $10,000. You can get one for $6,600 Pro. How are you going to make a game that competes with that? How are you going to make a game where you've never designed a game that you're competing against a game that's cheaper, that's designed by possibly the best pinball player ever, who maybe will be one of the best designers, if not the best designer ever. He's like 4 for 4 on designs, and people love his designs. How are you going to compete with that? How are you going to compete with with Stern, who has been in business for 30+ years, right? Who manufactured God knows how many games. How are you going to compete with that? How are you going to compete with the artists? How are you going to compete with the people who have decades of rule knowledge? How are you going to compete with that and have the nerve to charge more in a non-licensed space theme game? Are you crazy? If you can't answer those questions, then stop what you're doing immediately. If you want to do something, get your feet wet, do a prototype. Put something out there. It takes time to hone your craft. You can't just be like, I played fucking pinball in uni and I like it and I'm in a hobby in a league or something. That's not enough, man. You can't then go out and ask people for money and say you're going to create 300 games that are more expensive. You have no value proposition. If you were creating a game that's $3,000 or $4,000 somehow, which is just not doable, especially with what's going on in the world supply chain, but that would be your value proposition. Hey, we want to create a game, okay, that is going to be cheaper than Stern or everything else out there, all right? I think there's a market for that. Okay, now you have maybe some attention. You're still going about it wrong by trying to take money on Kickstarter, but you have no value proposition. You're nobody. You have no pinball experience other than you like it. You've never designed a game. You've never built a game. Your game costs more than your competitors who are professionals in the market. You've got nothing. Like, this is the craziest thing. So maybe you'll find some fools to throw money at you. I have no idea. But listen to what people are telling you. Build a prototype. If you're passionate about pinball, that's great. That's great. Build a prototype. Spend your time and money doing that. Invest your own time and money if you believe in yourself and what you got. Okay? Your wife can still do the art for it. You could still maybe find source people to do the music. Put it together and then wow us. Look at all the other people who have put games together, who've just toiled year after year. Keith Elwin, his first game was a project game, and then Stern picked it up and made it. Now he's got a job there, all right? We see Legends of Valhalla was a game that a couple guys made, and it was good and got picked up by American Pinball, right? Scott Denisi made a game, Total Nuclear Annihilation, got picked up by Spooky. All right, they spent years doing that. They didn't go out and ask for money. They proved that they had something that was of value, and now their games got made. Do that if you like pinball that much. And that way you take on way less risk. You're not risking people's money. Stop with your delusional fantasy. Amen. We'll talk more about that. I know you won't. And that's good for me and Kevin because when we have content, and I love making fun of you guys. So keep it up, Barbanian.
Yeah, there you go. My big issue is it's the pre-order thing. You can't do pre-order pinball anymore. After we've been taken for a ride so many times, between Big Lebowski and Predator and Alien, the list goes on and on. Deeproot, you can't do this model anymore. Getting deep-rooted is a verb. Yeah, we're not going to get deep-rooted anymore. Even like JJP, they were funded back on the pre-orders of Waz, and it was hard.
Well,
and
even
it took them a long time to get that game to come out.
Even Ship B made a prototype before they were scamming people out of their money.
Yeah, it's true.
Barb and Ian don't even have the they won't even do that.
I know.
They're trying to scam people first before even producing anything.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like we're gonna do a Kickstarter for a game that we don't know what it's gonna be yet. Why would you give any money to that? It's like the who are the guys making the Pinball Gremlins game? Remember that one?
Dude, it's like it's like they're new to the hobby and they have not done any research. And but the worst thing is now that people are telling them, they're still moving full steam ahead. It's not like, hey, you're right. I get it. We're gonna do this, and that's how you build some credibility, right? Like, okay, you might get people rooting for you. People root for people who are doing these home projects and prototypes. That's cool. I don't know. Whatever. Don't listen. You're not gonna listen to us. Nellie's gonna keep on taking your money. Keep it coming. It's content for us. Works. All right. Speaking of
speaking of content,
you know what? This guy is ahead though of Balarama. Balarama is on the bottom.
Yeah,
because this guy's not asked for any money from anybody.
No, he is not. But
he is blown through his own money, which God bless him.
What's funny is I saw the thread for this on Pinside today, and it was like,
oh, I've never been to that.
New
thread.
Pinball Adventures game, Punny Factory revealed, and it was like December 2019 was when it was revealed. So here we are 2 years later.
Is that a good thread? Should I spend some time in there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You'd love it. If you like Ballarama, you're gonna love Pinball Adventures.
If you like Ballarama, then you're gonna love Pinball Adventures.
So Pinball Adventures, if you're not familiar with, apparently they're making 13 pinball machines at once. We've seen Punny Factory. We've talked about it a bunch on this. This is like the one they're starting out with. It's their big launch.
This is like he's coming out.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. Guns a-blazing.
Yep.
Punny Factory. This is it.
Boom. Then we have Elements with a snake in the glass. That's whack, which, whew, yeah, we dove
I
into
tried to
that.
click on that. It was whack, but their website's so whack that it took me to Sushi Mania.
Sushi Mania, yeah.
Which is definitely, I'm not one to
Yeah,
say,
you're not-
you know, something people like use the word racist a lot to play, and sometimes it's like liberally used too much. That's pretty racist. I look at the art on that and like, good luck with that, sir.
Oh, that takes us to That's Whack.
That is
backwards.
whack, though. You
That-
think,
oh, you
shit.
think
You think it's meta?
You think they did it on
You
purpose?
think he's like, yeah. Oh, imagine if this. All right, so when you go to his website and you click
Oh
on
my
that's
God,
whack.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That is bad.
This is, dude. This guy's trolling. Come on, tell me. This is a mockumentary.
Oh my God, you cannot make this.
You
Well, they're
can't-
never gonna make this pinball machine. But why would you
Look
make this
at
art
that.
and think it's good and like this is a product I'm going to release and people are gonna love it?
That's like the 1920s racist Asian cartoon style
That's what
drawing.
somebody in chat said. That's like the World War II
Yes,
propaganda.
yes.
Yeah.
He's looking through stuff. He's like, you know, I really like this art style. This is at
Let's-
World War II.
let's go with that.
Yeah.
Who drew this? Maybe they're still alive. I can commission them to do some art for me.
Oh my God.
Oh, God,
Whoa!
I
I gotta get that off the screen.
That's bad.
That's not us.
We do not advocate for that.
I'll give you the guy's address and then what his contact info. Go to
There you go.
Pinball Adventures.
There you go.
There you go.
There's
Head
his head
office.
office.
There you go.
Contact.
Hate mail to him.
Sales at pinballadventures.com. Tell them how much you love that artwork.
I'm sure your email won't get buried because there's not many going in there.
Yeah. But so we've seen like he's had flyers of these games up forever, and we've talked about him before.
What's the ninja? There's the Forsaken Ninja.
Oh no, that one's new.
That one's new.
It's coming soon. Forsaken Ninja Pinball Machine.
Who do we got?
Build yourself up to the highest level of ninjutsu and defeat the evil samurai. Become an expert in the 5 styles of fighting before facing the samurai. Gather your weapons by hitting drop targets, loops, and locks.
You mean play pinball?
Yeah. The unique one-of-a-kind playfield. That's redundant, too. It's either unique or one of a kind.
Yeah.
You're really selling this. Interactive temple bridge is the perfect setting for your... That kind of sounds like the bridge on... Godzilla, maybe. The perfect setting for your battle to take place, taking this pinball machine to the next level. Realistic rooftops, shingles of an old village with a massive samurai bash toy guarding the gates. Can you master the way of the ninja?
This guy's like another Robert too. He's just like doesn't he have one game out of the gate and he's got like 6 more lined up.
Oh, John K. It's like 5 minutes from where I live, dude. You gotta go be our man on the ground.
Man on the ground.
Investigate.
We'll give you a microphone. That's all you need, and a press badge from Buffalo Pinball.
That's right.
Maybe that might get you in.
I'll whip you up one.
Not to go undercover.
So this machine consists of a paragraph of text and some
art that I
that
don't
he searched for on Google, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So that's Forsaken Ninja. But
Here we go. This is also Dr. Blueberry Johnson. Shout out to him. He's our guardian angel, man. He gave us a heads up about like their updated website today. So
I had actually seen this before. But I'm glad he sent it.
You're gonna play the
prompt me.
pinball pause one, right, for the viewers?
Well, we got to go to the. Well, let's see. Pinball. pause.
Can you play that?
Let me see.
Have you listened to this?
I
Hold on. Don't play it yet. Play it yet. Have you listened to it?
I don't think I listened to this one. There was other ones.
Oh Jesus, dude.
All
right. So let me just tee this up. So this guy we should talk about what this is first.
Okay.
We'll spend time on. We'll go quickly through some of the other ones. We'll spend time on this one. So this guy has like these inventions from Pinball Adventures, and you can see on his website. And these are like inventions that nobody really asked for. He's solving problems that aren't really problems or not major problems that people have. And anyways, instead of like just having a video, like a 20-second video on the product, he has a still like picture. And I couldn't figure out what was going on at first, but I think this is supposed to be, it's supposed to be Andrew Dice Clay. Look, it's supposed to be, I'm going to put this in quotes. So somebody doing an Andrew Dice Clay impression for over 2 minutes on a product that it's called Pinball Pause. So I'm just going to let this speak for itself. And I'm going to warn you guys, for 2 minutes, it's very cringeworthy. In my book, maybe you like this humor. We're gonna let it do its thing.
Disclaimer.
We'll come back in 2 minutes, and we'll discuss.
Okay, picture this. You're having a great game of pinball, and your phone starts to ring. Oh, or there's someone knocking at your goddamn front door. Did you ever wish you had an extra hand? Well, when you need someone to help hold your balls, that's where we come in. The Pinball Pause is a lightweight magnetic tool that provides a safe, secure place to cradle your balls. Made of solid casted plastic, its unique shape and powerful tip now gives you the muscle to hold that flipper up. You'll now be able to blast through your competitors and easily deliver a rock-hard, solid game. Important phone calls? No problem. Pause your balls. Expecting a package? No problem. Pause your balls. Got a hand cramp? No problem. Pause your balls. Battery right. It's as easy as one, two, bang. Just pause your balls. Ow. So what are you doing if fun? Or have a serious bang game? Let us pause your balls, and we'll make sure you'll never lose that high score again. Audio and protect those family pinball balls that we all love to play with. Ow.
How many minutes of cheering is there at the end there?
All right. I'm sorry. I warned you guys.
That was
All right.
That was really bad.
So this genius thinks that this is how he markets this stupid product. It's 2 minutes of a terrible Andrew Dice Clay impression by. First of all, Andrew Dice Clay is not British, but you wouldn't know that from this impression. Yeah, it's a $30 piece of shit. What is
It's a magnet.
3D printed magnet. Then if you look at the pictures, I don't even think it works on some of the games. Like look at how like that. So it works on old
games
Data East.
With if you have like it would work on your Zeppelin because you have metal armor on it, but if you don't, then it wouldn't work.
Yeah, so stupidly designed. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. That it works on 5% of the machines out there.
It works on his Data East Star Wars though. Yeah, it's literally a magnet that pushes the.
Look
the
at the
flipper button
Simpsons
down.
one. Is it the Stern Simpsons one? Wait, where is it?
Here, can I? Yeah, there we go. Is there?
Look at. That's not how Stern Simpsons is.
No.
He had to add a thing on there just to have a pause thing.
That's Data East Simpsons. That's why.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's why.
No, I think.
No,
It is.
Look, the side art's different. Yeah, that's.
Oh,
the
you're
Data
right.
East. Yeah.
All right, so he invented a thing that works on early '90s Data East games. Congratulations.
And your LEs that you're gonna want to scratch up with a magnet.
Yeah, and so he's got a 2-minute video on that because Martha's like, Nick, you go to the bathroom more than anybody I know, and this is never an issue for you.
It's true.
How good is this guy that he's playing so long on one ball that he's like, I gotta pause it.
Yeah. Wouldn't you just wait until you drained and then be like, all right, I'll go to the bathroom now?
Imagine somebody's at the door and like you're fumbling around. Hold on, I got this perfect solution. Hold on. Let me just trap it. Let me see if I can trap up. Okay, let me get my magnet out. Let me put the magnet. Let me see if I can just do MacGyver move where I slip that over and I move my finger at the same.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, she's gone. He's gone.
He's gone. All right, that's Pinball Pause. All right, what's next? He's got a whole slew of these inventions. We got the Pinball Wedge. Let's check that out.
Let's not listen to it. This is
No.
a 1 minute Cheech and Chong
Cheech and
impression,
Chong.
which is actually better than the other one, which is not saying anything.
Go right to the product page. This one's my favorite.
Pinball Wedge?
Like, what the hell is?
Are you too stupid? Here's my pitch for you. Are you too stupid to remove your pinballs from your pinball machines when you lift up the pinball playfield? Then Pinball Wedge is for you, dummy. There you go.
There it is. There it is. That's how it works.
You put a little nub, a 3D printed nub there. Only $30.
$30.
Here's an idea. You can just stick a fucking microfiber towel in there,
Yeah,
wedge it in there.
You just stick a rag
Free.
in there.
Whatever your rag is that you're cleaning, free.
$30 for a nub.
Yeah.
Look at that box it comes in though. That's fancy. It's like
Yeah, that's a nice tin.
It's like a little tin that he got his candy out of.
That's a nice tin.
Oh God.
Look at this.
What an invention. What a masterpiece.
You think him and Robert?
Oh shit, we're giving away the pinball boost.
him and Robert were in competition. He's like rivals, you know. One's Gates, one's Jobs, you know.
All right, let's go to Playfield Strong. Strong arm. Oh, he's got Hulk Hogan on
Yeah,
this
Hulk
one?
Hogan. Yep.
Yeah, all right. Pinball strong.
Strong arm.
Strong arm.
It's only $300. Oh, it's $109.
109. So this is something that maybe Nick Lane could use.
That's what Martha said. But do you think that would work for what I want? First of all, it's only holding up one side. It needs to be a double. I mean, we need two of them, potentially.
Not really, because if you look at a prop on the bottom of the playfield, it's only holding up one side typically.
Well, so could I lift up Pirates?
Yeah.
With one of those, you think?
I think so.
This might
be a winner.
We might have a winner. Wouldn't it like hold it like, like when you hold a pinball up, you usually have to hold it with two, so it doesn't go sliding forward, right? Wouldn't it just like you get it up and you put that there? Wouldn't it just go like sliding forward though on it?
No, because it's like holding. Here, let me switch it back. It's holding it at an angle, so like this. It's like here's your playfield, whoop, and here's the wedge. It would hold it at an angle like that.
Oh, you
would like prop
you
it
put
up
it in the
like
middle?
That. Yeah. You wouldn't put it all the way up.
I know, but what's keeping it like when you pull it up and when you lock it in place and back, it's like locked in place, right? But it's
not really.
It's on rails that will slide back and forth.
With like a JGP, you just like pull it up and whoop, and it just sits there like gravity holds it. But it's because you can't put your playfield all the way up, you would hold it at an angle where it's like pointed down at the floor a little bit more, and it would hold it there.
I'm skeptical.
All right. But
somebody buy that and let me know if it works.
Somebody else try it.
Somebody try that.
Let us know.
And let me know if that's the solution to all my problems of my low ceilings and not being able to prop my playfield up.
You could work on your games, maybe.
I'm highly skeptical of everything this guy touches. So
let's zoom in on it here. Can we zoom in?
That's your zoom.
There we go. Zoom in and enhance. So let's see how this exactly works. One pole, 1 foot, one slim, arm and foot. I want to see like. So yes, I see it at the bottom.
The
of the
picture's bad. Like, fucking
where does it? It doesn't show it like in the cabinet, like where you put it in the cabinet.
Right?
Does it like sit on the bottom of the cabinet?
Yeah, I think you're giving this guy too much credit.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, it does say arm. This is a terrible logo. Before it was scrolled, zoomed in, I couldn't see it said arm, but it's a playfield strong arm. $109. All right, there you go. That's a strong arm. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. The upright and spin. What the hell is this?
It's a rotisserie. So here they're doing a mic. Was a row impression?
Oh, okay.
$400 for
$400.
A vertical rotisserie.
What? All right. It's like 2 metal shims. But look at that. Like the part that's in there, you can't even work on because there's like you wouldn't be able to put anything in there.
Yeah, and also is the playfield protected? Is that gonna fucking damage? Like you're gonna scratch the shit out of the playfield there.
And if it's up like that, isn't that gonna make the playfield bow?
It's bow, yeah. I don't know. I doubt that's. Again, is this? I mean, I don't do playfield swaps, so maybe somewhat. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? So maybe. It comes clamps.
Comes with clamps. You can get it Harbor Freight for 50 cents.
Yeah.
What? No. This is a bad idea. Bad idea. $400.
No, you're like I do playfield swaps, and hell no. Yeah, okay. I figured as much. I can see that that's not my specialty, so I want to be careful of what I say. But
all right, we're saving the best for last though, because if you saw our social media post today, where you were like, "What the hell is that big yellow thing?" Well, here it is. It's the Pinball Boost.
Boosted.
It's Pinball Features Boosted, and it's got.
Oh shit! I didn't even listen to this one.
Is that Terminator?
Should we listen to it?
Well, it sounded weird before, so we'll listen to it a little bit. Hey, you up? Yeah, it's supposed to be the Terminator. Okay. So the Pinball Boost, it's gonna help you break. God, this thing is.
But here we go. Don't have any friends or a stool? Then for only $250, the Pinball Boost is for you.
Here's an overly complicated solution to a very simple problem.
Yeah.
That probably will fail and crush your pinball machine and make your pinball machine.
That's exactly what Martha said. So
yeah.
when it pops, it crushes, and then your playfield falls down.
Yeah.
And
So here you go. Here's Pinball Ninja. You put the little like wedge thing underneath it, the curved wedge. Then you tip your machine down, and then you.
It looks like it's gonna dig into this balloon. This fucking balloon.
Oh my god! Yeah, that metal part is totally gonna put a hole in that balloon. Oh my god! And then it's gonna pop, and your pinball machine's gonna slam.
Does this guy not have a stool or a friend? This is not a fucking problem. Not a problem that needs a $250 solution. This is crazy, dude. This is absolutely crazy.
This is Robert level stuff. Like this is Robert reinventing the pin pod. The box.
Yeah. Do you imagine this guy and Robert like talking together? Like, I would love to see those two guys just all their put a microphone in front of him. Listen to other podcasts. I don't want to have this guy on our show whatsoever. I mean, and he can come on knowing that we're going to be hostile towards his ideas and him, and that's fine. I'm not going to say no. But the ones that are more neutral, can you have him on and just figure out what's going on? Because I don't think he's been interviewed by anybody that I'm aware of.
I don't think so.
And don't. If you're the kind of podcast that's going to give him a platform and just he has to say crazy shit and you're not going to ask follow-up questions, then don't do that either. Find the middle ground.
Yeah, you're not going to find that. All right, so those are our pinball misadventures. We have fun with those, but it's also a cautionary tale for you folks out there. So proceed with caution. Don't throw these folks your money. Again, our long-standing advice: buy pinball machines that exist, preferably that you've played.
It's funny that that has to be a piece of advice: buy pinball machines that exist, not in somebody's head.
That's right. All right, couple updates from the Buffalo area. We've got the Fall Brawl this Saturday that's sold out. But it's our first like major tournament since the
it's a legit tournament. It's sold out, so there we go.
Yeah, looking forward to
first IFPA tournament at Masuda Chow. So
yeah,
we've got 7 games there, and we put a Godzilla there since the last podcast. I think so. It's been a long time. All right.
Yeah, you got some new games there. So you got Led Zeppelin and Godzilla.
Just for Kevin.
Yep. My favorite. Love you, Nick.
You should know what to do now. At least
I beat you at League, so
you did. I told you that would happen. I told you that would happen. Of course it did.
Of course it did. And I, along with some of the other folks in the Buffalo team, I'll put the command in chat if I can click on the right thing. The Coin Op Classic, me, Tuna, and Small Town, we're going to be doing challenges on pinball machines during the Coin Op Classic Marathon. The pinball block starts at 10 p.m. Eastern this Saturday, December 4th, over at twitch.tv/Retro Gaming Live TV. So this is a 3-day marathon of classic arcade speed runs, 1cc's, showcases, things like that. And we bring a pinball block to it every year, and the classic gaming crew really enjoys that. It's fun to bring pinball to a different audience, right? So this is a group that is traditionally into retro classic gaming. That's right. You know who that is, right?
I know who that is. Yeah, I know who that is.
I made that command on purpose, by the way, because I knew. So yeah, if you want to join us, the pinball block starts at 10 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Come out. It's fun to have pinball folks in chat too, because there's typically a lot of questions from people about pinball that the person playing can't necessarily answer because we're very focused on a specific task. I'm going to be doing runs on Guns N' Roses where I'm trying to show off all 4 album wizard modes in an hour. I did some practice on that this Monday, and it looks like I should be able to pull it off, so we'll see. Small Town is trying to wizard mode Deadpool, and Tuna's going to try to beat Tron. So Tuna's also going to do the Miss Pac-Man kill screen run. He gets to do that in the middle of the night, so I have fun with that. And then Skip is doing some runs on video game stuff too. So lots of cool stuff. But then there's tons of other streamers doing stuff, but those are folks you might be familiar with. So tune in over at Retro Gaming Live TV on Twitch. Game room updates. Nick, what's going on in your game room?
Like I said, I set up a game for my family. I have got no updates. Sad. Well,
you haven't been doing anything? Well, you mentioned this a couple months ago. We should talk about what games we've been playing. So what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Zeppelin. So my dad's game came with the Insider Connected on it. So I got to, we'll talk about that. But that was cool. It's cool to play around with. So I played a lot of Zeppelin, was getting some achievements. What else have I played? A little bit Black Knight Sword of Rage. Mike Castleman gave me, I was asking Mike, like, how to get to the end, like, what strategy you use, and he gave me a good tip, and I got to the Black Knight's Castle finally. I actually focused on it, so it kind of helps. Yeah, those 2 games, and I got, I've been playing a lot of VR. I joined Goran, who's, the rich kid club. I got a B-Haptic vest for VR. It's got 40 haptic points in it.
Oh.
So it's pretty awesome. when you get shot, like, you know where you're getting shot from, or it's pretty damn cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like Ready Player One over here. It
is definitely Ready Player One shit going on.
You need the running
thing.
The running circle.
I'm sure one day, we'll get there, baby steps.
Get yourself a workout. Gamer updates for me. I've been playing. I got some show and tell. So I got some new games for the Jaguar. I know Nick loves these. This is a Switchblade. So you were an Amiga kid, right?
Yeah.
So this was a game that it used to be on the Amiga, and it got ported to the Jaguar.
I'm not familiar with this. What do you know? What year it came out on the Amiga?
I don't know.
Anything after like 90 or 91, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't remember offhand, but there's Switchblade. So I've been playing that, and this is a brand new game that was exclusive to the Jaguar, developed by a homebrew guy. It's a roguelike RPG called Kings of Edom. Pretty fun. I'm the second person in the world.
How much are those
to
games?
have completed it. They're like $70.
All right.
Yeah. So, which, they're small run, they don't make a lot of them. There's not a huge audience, but so the fact that people are making games for this platform in 2021 is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
I don't mind supporting it. And again,
Understandable.
compare a whole game to the price of a topper for your pinball machine. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, pinball puts everything in perspective where it's like, it's pretty reasonable,
Yeah, it does. You can play that game all day.
Exactly. The other thing I got was for the game Xeno Crisis. Is that on behind me? Yeah, it's playing on the Neo Geo behind me.
Look at that box.
They offered some accessories and stuff, so I got those. This is the big shock box for Xeno Crisis. I got the marquee that's up in the top over there, and there's a little like instruction dealy-doo behind the joysticks. So I figured I'd grab all that while they were in stock. And from Bitmap Bureau for the Neo Geo MVS. Very cool, very fun game. I also, if you want to watch me stream Neo Geo, I can do that now, and it's over on my Twitch channel, Kev in Buffalo. I don't do it on the Buffalo Pinball channel because pinball people don't like video games generally, and they won't watch. So I'll put a link in chat here if you want to check it out. But I stream Jaguar stuff. I do Neo Geo, some arcade stuff over there. So anything that's not pinball goes over there for the most part. All right. What have I been playing? So I've been I played some Dialed In the other night. And man, I tweaked the flippers on that game a little bit.
Oh, I played some Dialed In too.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, this game's good. I got the Under Attack multi-ball. I got the Theater multi-ball, and
What's Under Attack multi-ball?
that's just the standard one.
Oh, okay.
And then the I think it was the High Voltage. All three of them stacked up.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was like, damn, this is good.
It's a good game. Every time I think like I forget about Dialed In, then I play it, and I always have the same feeling too.
Yeah, it's super fun. I love that game. So I play that. And in addition, I've been playing Guns N' Roses a lot because I've been practicing up for the Coin Op Classic. And I just dropped Heist back into the P3 because I felt like playing that. So played that a few times yesterday.
Word.
Yep. All right. So we got a few we're not doing a review today. So we got a few new segments for you. The first one, we're going to talk about some connected pinball machines. And so Nick and I have both done Scorbit, and we both had a chance to try out the Stern Insider Connected. So we figured we'd talk a little bit about overall impressions of what connected pinball is, specifics for each platform, and what we think of those. So why don't you kick it off with your thoughts on connected pinball?
Should I want me connected or Scorbit first?
Either one.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll do Scorbit.
Okay.
You're not. I can tell you're not a huge fan of Scorbit because you're like, huh? How is it, Nick? And I got signed up pretty quickly. I mentioned this last time, but I went through kind of endless frustration. I think honest to God, Scorbit is like the worst design UI I've ever experienced in an app. It is anything but intuitive. I think it needs a complete design overhaul because even simple things like how do I challenge somebody, how do I add friends, like I could not figure out. I would have to keep on asking Goran. And I can't think of the last app on my phone that I've ever had to ask somebody how to do something on an app. It's just not a thing. Like apps should be super intuitive. And this is not something that's terribly complicated. They were missing, I think they might have just added it, but like they have like achievements, like, okay, so I've got achievements. How many out of how many? Like that's one of the most important things. It's like, how many achievements do I have out of how many? If I have 70 achievements, what does that mean? Are there 1,000 achievements? Like, or are there 80 and I'm close to the end? Just things like that are really frustrating with the app. So I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it needs to be redesigned to be more intuitive. I know that the developers seem to be somewhat responsive to things on there. I had an issue where I couldn't change my name, and I guess I couldn't change my name because my name was too long that I was trying to change it to, but it wasn't telling me that, so it wasn't saving. It wouldn't let me update a pic. There's just some frustrating things about it. So what I do like about it is that it was at least easy to get signed up and plugged in and playing a game. It's free. Like that's a big deal. Like if you've got a Jersey Jack game, it's on there. You don't have to do anything special other than get the app and you're ready to go. And I like the fact that it's an app, right, as opposed to Stern's website, which is bizarre, and we'll get to that. While we're on Scorbit, what do you want to say about it? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So I was using Nick as like a test case. I was like, so I've been messing around with this for months, and so I've run into kind of some of the roadblocks. I was like, let's see, go start to finish. What is your experience with it? And you said it, you got connected pretty easily. I had already added your account to my machine because that was one of the things when we streamed Wonka for the first time with Scorbit. My location is set up privately because I'm in a private collection. I don't want people knowing where my games are and stuff like that. But you have to like give people permission then to play at your house, and we didn't know that, and that was not obvious. So we had that figured out. So I
think they just changed that, right? They fixed it, so it's like discoverable if you're close to it or something. Yeah, they will.
Yeah. So that's an improvement. But I eliminated that barrier for you. But you got signed up, you connected your app, but it's like once you start using it and you're like, the navigation is off and like, I just want to go here. And then I'm like, how do I get back? And where do I, like, finding the achievements is like, that should be so obvious. Like, I want to know what the achievements are. Let me go for them. And anytime somebody there's a thread on Pinside for Scorbit, and that's like one of the first things that everybody always asks, like, how do I see the list of achievements? And apparently there's some like roundabout way to get to it. It's buried somewhere, but
the whole point is the achievements, pretty much.
Yeah, because high scoreboards are whatever. Like, as we've talked about before, you can't compare game to game between scores, right?
Yeah, and again, we said this last time, but they need to wipe it every time there's a software update, at least. I mean, that's the one thing that there's things you can control and there's things you can't control. That's something you can control.
Yeah. And even with that, like, there's no guarantee that the person playing is running the latest code either. Or, maybe you set it up so the scores only show the version you're running, right?
Something like that. Yeah, that seems like they should be able to do something with that.
Right. And it is. But I do like it's cool that you just get it for free on JJP games. It's not free if you want to play it on your other games. So they have this device called the Scorbitron, which you can buy and add to other games, which is this is like in the range of getting the Stern Insider connected.
Yeah.
And eventually they're going to be adding achievements and stuff for all the games, but this will let you post and track your scores and things like that. It's a price for the device itself, and then there's also a monthly fee. So it's like
I don't see that. I don't see that like. Yeah, I don't see that as an operator or anything. I don't see it as an operator. It's tough sell, and then as a private collection, that's rich kid territory, right?
Yeah, it's like if you own pinball machines, you probably have the disposable income to pay for this, but it's like, is the value there to warrant paying for this every month in addition to paying for the device up front?
Yeah.
I use it on the JJPs because it's free. I thought like, maybe it'd be cool to have like a scoreboard on my TV.
I do like that idea.
Right, and they do offer that. That's a Scorbit Vision. But I'm like, do I want to spend $300 per machine and a monthly fee to do that? I'm like,
no. If it's like an easy thing and it can connect it, like, yeah, sure, I would put that up there or something. But it's not like I'm not sitting around like I really wish this existed.
Right.
What I do like about it, because I've been a little harsh. I mean, I did a nice kind of balance, but I like being able to challenge somebody where you can get a score and send them a challenge. Again, I couldn't figure out how to do that easily. I had to ask somebody. I think like it just seems like somebody created this and it made sense to them, but they didn't like go out and watch people try to use this and then take notes and say, okay, let's do this. Let's redesign this. It doesn't look like they got feedback on that. And this has been out for a while, so I'm a little concerned why it hasn't been changed and why it's so frustrating to use. But I like getting a score. I like challenging somebody. Like every time I play a JJP game, I do want to use that. Like I do like that. It's, I was sending some scores to people that I got on there, so it's cool. And again, it's free on JJP games, so I dig that as well.
Yeah, cool. So bottom line, I think it's fun on JJP games for free. The app needs some work. but at least it's an app and not a website. And the but the value per game, if you want to add it to other games, that's a tough sell, I think. So,
Yep.
All right, let's talk about the Stern Insider Connected.
All right, so Kevin's used it a little bit on Godzilla. I used it a lot more last week. So this is the first stumbling block with this is that when it was announced, I wanted to try to get Stern Insider connected, and I couldn't find the app, and that's because there isn't an app, and it's just so bizarre. Like my brain couldn't register this. Like, how is this not an app? I remember when I was home last week, I told my dad to get Stern Insider connected for that, and he came to me, he's like, I can't find the app. I was like, I know, yeah, it's because it's not an app. It's a website that you log in through. So that's kind of bizarre that they did it that way. I don't know why. I don't know if there will be an app in the future, but all right. So I think that's one negative where Scorbit is an app, and that's intuitive and makes sense. Yeah, and my usage. So this model's different. I mean, to connect to this, your machine has to have the Stern Insider connected, which I guess pretty much all new machines going forward will have this in there already. You can retrofit some of the other machines that don't have it, but that will cost you $200, which is a lot. So unfortunately, it's not free in that sense, and I'm sure it's being factored into the cost of their machines, because this is instead of just putting a QR code on the screen like the Scorbit does for the Jersey Jack games, this is a physical QR code reader. So obviously there's production costs in that. So you're paying for that one way or the other. Yeah, I don't love that. We reached out to Zach, and this was I figured this is why they did it. It makes sense, and he told us basically that to get people to use that, it's got to be noticeable, right? And I think that is very noticeable on a machine, for better or for worse, right? Even in your home collections. I think as an operator, I was like, I could see why they're doing that. It's right on the apron. You cannot miss it. There's like a card that's pointing to it. There's this big red thing that's pointing to on the apron. Then you've got a sticker on the back. You're just drawn to it like, what's this? So I think that if they just went with a simple QR code, but your casual pinball players definitely not going to use it, and this won't take off. So I think they absolutely did the right thing by that. The downside of that is that I'm not going to go and put this on my games at home. Like, I'm not going to retrofit my games for $200 for this. There's just no point, even though I wish I could get the achievements and compare my scores and things like that. I've said a lot of things like that.
Things like that.
That's the phrase of the day.
Yeah, I think they both have their positives and negatives, right? It's interesting to see them take two different approaches like this. They definitely need an app. Finding your QR code when you're out on location, it's like, oh, I got to log into this website.
Got to bring the website up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can bookmark it, but there's still more steps involved than just bringing it up in an app.
Yeah, and then folks are like, well, you could just screenshot your QR code. Yeah, you can, but then you got to go dig through your photos to find it.
Yeah, photos get buried. Yeah.
It's like, that's not really a solution. I could put it on a card in my wallet or something dumb like that if I wanted, I guess, but it shouldn't be that hard, right? There needs to be a low barrier to entry with this. Pinball people on location can barely start a game, let alone scan a QR code and track their achievements. This is for folks that like really want to do it right now. If they want to use this to like bring more people into pinball, I don't know. I see it as a feature for hardcore pinball folks who really want this and really want to track their achievements. And maybe that's good. Like you were saying, as an operator, it's like, it's cool to have this as an option on your new games to incentivize return play, or like, hey, play this game here and then go play our other game at Masuda Chow's and then we'll give you a prize or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's features like that you could leverage.
Yeah, and Zach alluded to maybe things that they need to have a QR code reader to do that just aren't released yet. So as an operator, like the operator side of me, like I like this. Like I'm excited to see like what kind of, as they hinted at, like what kind of competitions I can run, what kind of fun things I can do with this. It's fun getting achievements. It's fun logging in. It's fun seeing other scores. I wish it was an app. I wish it had like the challenge feature like Scorbit does. That's a great thing. It doesn't, like, because it's not an app, it's not going to send you notifications like somebody's beating your score, which again, you got to have an app. I mean, maybe that's in production. We should have asked Zach that. Maybe they're just getting it out there right now. Maybe, and it's probably the case. There probably will be an app coming. I have to assume. Maybe they got the technology. They're putting into games. They're shipping games, so they've got to get it out, and that's why it's on a website. But I found it, despite all that, it was more intuitive to navigate the website. There were certain things that were kind of not obvious, but it's not bad. It was compared to Scorbit. This is light years ahead of just kind of the intuitive nature of navigating once you're logged in.
Yeah, there's just not as much there. It's much cleaner. It's not. I don't think it's trying to do as much as Scorbit is too. So like Scorbit's trying to do way too much, and it's really complicated to navigate. So it's a little more straightforward. Like you said, I ran into a couple things. I was like, oh, where do I add my friends? I couldn't find that at first. But again, it's like once you play around with it a little bit, you tend to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have more stuff like friend requests. I mean, like I can add Kevin, but I just need to know Kevin's name, and Kevin doesn't know I've added him.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like a weird thing. Yeah. So I don't know. It's got a ways to go, but I like that we're moving towards achievements. I don't live and die by achievements. I like being able to see what people are doing on score-wise. I like on Scorbit when I get a notification for somebody, I send a challenge. That's a fun way to just connect and have fun remotely with people.
Yeah.
And it's not to run a tournament, right? But like if I want to have challenge Kevin to do a game on Dialed In. I know our games aren't the same, but it's a fun thing to do. And you can get a group of players and do that, like with Scorbit. That's kind of a cool thing, and it got me playing my Dialed In more.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's like playing online Cosmic Kart Racing, right? It's like your games aren't set up the same, but it's still fun. It's really super fun to do. So this is very much a casual thing. If you're trying to if you're trying to like compare high scores, don't do that, because if you're taking the glass off and cheating, or if you're like upping the number of balls to try to get the highest score, then it's like why not? Yeah. There's folks out there doing that.
Yeah, there you go. There's an overview. There's pluses and minuses to both, and again, maybe the good thing is this will push each one to get a little bit better.
Yeah, the competition is good, and it'd be interesting to see what if they end up adding like Scorbit to Multimorphic games or spooky games or things like that, or if they're gonna end up developing their own solutions, or if they just won't bother at all.
Hopefully, I think that it'd be great if Spooky, even though I don't play their games, added it and Multimorphic. Get them in those American Pinball.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up Scorbit. Just get it in there. It's easy QR. That's the preferred way. Let's do that.
I think that's an issue too. Is like there's not one ecosystem for all this.
Yeah.
So like if I get a new Stern and there's a Stern Insider connected on there, it doesn't talk to the Scorbit stuff, and then I got scoreboards in two different places, so that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, they don't even have like a scoreboard system for Stern yet or anything like that, like what Scorbit's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it doesn't help if that's your goal of doing like a scoreboard system.
Right. So all right, let's talk. So here's a topic. I proposed a few topics of discussion for Nick, and I said, what if we do a segment where we each decide 2 games from each decade. We're making up a fictitious dream arcade, and we can pick 2 games from each decade for the past 50 years. What games would you pick? And so today he and I went through the lists on Pinside for each decade and picked out our favorites. Some decades were much more difficult than others, I will say. Some decades were like, man, this was a bad decade.
The 2000s.
The 2000s.
2000s were very hard.
Wow.
It was a terrible decade for pinball.
I'd be shocked if we don't have at least one of the same games in there.
Maybe. My picks for the 2000s are very weird.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I struggled.
Okay. So do you want to start old and go to new, or start new and go to old?
I'm curious. When you were doing this, I started new and went to old.
So did I.
All right. Let's do it that way.
Okay.
That's the way we're thinking, at least.
Okay.
But
I asked Nick, should we do 2020s as its own decade, or include it with the 2010s, since there's only a year and a half, almost 2 years. He said we'll just roll it into the 2010s. So I just kind of kept my 2020 separate.
You did the 2020 separate?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do 20. I don't have them written down, but I can do it easily.
Okay, so what are your 2020 picks?
I would say Led Zeppelin for me and Godzilla.
Okay.
Premium versions of both.
Okay.
Because I've got Led Zeppelin Premium and I want a Godzilla Premium.
Okay. Makes sense.
Even though I haven't played it, but.
I'm going to cheat and I'm going to pick a P3 with Heist because that will offer multiple gaming options. Do I get to pick multiple playfields with that, or do I just get the one playfield?
I think one playfield.
Okay, I would go Heist. That's the game to have. But I could have all the software that works on Heist. That's going to be my caveat. And
this is not like, this is when we talk about this is like what we want in our like if we had, like, let's say we had an unlimited budget
Yeah.
Right, and we had space for these, and this was our personal game rooms. It's not saying we're picking the best games of a decade.
Right. I definitely had
I mean, obviously, I do want, but my personal best, right? Like, because we'll get there.
Yeah, there was a method to my madness as I started doing this. I was like,
Me too. We'll see what yours is.
Right.
Yeah.
So my second 2020s pick would be Rick and Morty.
What's the method to that madness?
Well, I wanted a spooky game.
You didn't pick Guns N' Roses?
I wanted it. I
You
didn't.
didn't even fucking own a Rick and Morty. You got a Guns N' Roses.
Well, this is method
All
to my
right,
madness.
all right.
Method to my madness.
You gonna tell us your madness?
You'll see it.
Oh, we got to figure it out.
Exactly.
It's like a mystery.
So
All
I
right.
would go Rick and Morty. I wanted a Scott Denisi game. Wanted a spooky game. So there you go.
But then you don't get a Guns N' Roses game.
I don't. There's got to be trade-offs, man. You can only pick 2 games. Nick's very confused right now.
All right.
All right.
I am.
Stick with it.
I
All
am.
right. 2010s.
When's the big reveal? You got like a fucking balloon, like a gender reveal, like
Wait
that's
for
gonna
it.
pop up.
Wait for it.
All right.
All right.
All right. I don't. All right. All right. So we said all right. The 2010s.
2010s. Yep.
Mine's Pirates of the Caribbean. Obviously, it's my favorite game ever. Got to have that. And then my other game was Big Buck Hunter.
Nice.
Didn't see that coming.
I can
Maybe
appreciate
you
it.
did. But like, look, here's my method. I'm gonna so in that decade, I've got a long playing game. All right, I think because I could pick 2 games, so I like a long and a short playing game. Seemed how I approached it. A long playing game, but Pirates, the rules are just so much depth. There's, along the journey, there's many paths, right, to get to the end of it, and I love that. Long playing game is a mentor. There's a lot to it, and then I wanted like a brutal kind of shorter playing game, and I think Big Buck, like my favorite games. I really love the games, and I've said this before, that like the Stern from the early 2010s, Iron Man, Big Buck Hunter, Avatar, and Tron. Those are the 4 that they kind of had a design philosophy around. A little more simple rules, kind of brutal games. It almost has like a classic like pinball feel to it, without but so ramps. It's not over the top long playing games. Which I was thinking in that I kind of want to get an Avatar one day just so I can start getting all those old games. I would love a Tron. Tron's
Avatar too.
Tron's too much, but I would like, my ideal if I had the space and some money would be all those 4 games.
Yep.
Like I love that era. They're just fun to play. Like I can just play them with anybody because I can't be on there for too long, and that's an important thing in my collection, is having some games that I can't play for too long. I can't play Pirates with people. I can't play Led Zeppelin with people, but the great equalizers are those games of that period. I can play them maybe a little longer than people, but it's not long enough that people are walking away or getting frustrated with me.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I've always thought Avatar would look really cool sitting next to Tron, because they both have those 3D back glasses. I was like, and then James sold his. I was like, should have bought his. His was really nice. So here's my my 2010s. We're very much on the same path here in the 2010s. POTC is mine. There's my JJP. Right.
Yep.
My Eric Minier game.
Yep.
Great game. So many different ways to play it. And I went with Tron.
Yep.
Big surprise there, right?
Yep.
Okay. Love the theme.
They're great
It's
picks.
the same concept. They're like, it's a quick playing game, but love the experience every time. Go for it. All right.
Yeah, I own a Tron. I would love a Tron back and love an Avatar, and I would have I would love those 4 games.
Yep.
Those 4 games are great. That's how I would replace like a classic with those games and put it in there and feel like I didn't lose out on that quicker playing kind of game.
Yeah. All right. 2000s. Whew.
This is
This
really.
is a rough
I hated
run.
this. This is the hardest moment where I was like, I hated doing this process.
Yeah. Makes
Those
you really,
games are terrible.
It made me really appreciate that we are living in an amazing time for pinball right now. We are very spoiled by good pinball right
Look,
now.
there's some like you've got Simpsons that people like, you've got Lord of the Rings, you've got Spider-Man, but like I've played those games to depth that they don't do anything for me, and I hate these long playing games that are very like kind of linear, like, and now I do this and now I do, and it just feels like this like just constant steady thing. I don't know, it's not exciting to me, and the problem with those games is that if I hadn't owned it, it would get so boring to me, because not only is it long, but like I can really control it, and I can almost always have a consistently long game. There's nothing exciting about it. It's just kind of going through the motions.
That's like Sopranos for you, right?
Yeah, I don't like. When look at Sopranos, that was a game I respect a lot of things about it. I know I recommend it to a lot of people, but 10 years into pinball and as much pinball as I played, I'm at a level where it's just like it's not fun for me. It's not fun for me. I play it like, here and there. I'll play the game. I was like, that's cool, but then I just don't want to touch it again.
Yeah. All right. So what'd you go with?
I had to go with something. This was tough. I had to try to find something that I think would be a little bit different and hold my interest in games I haven't owned or played. So, Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
That game, I want a Wheel of Fortune for some. It's just, even though it crushes me that there's no wizard mode in it.
I have a Wheel of Fortune-esque pick later on.
And then I guess Ripley's. I don't know. I don't know. I had such a problem because I've played the shit out of Lord of the Rings, and I could, 8 years ago I was able to sit on that game for like 40 minutes. Like now I would just pick it apart and just be so bored by like, there's no like multiple. There's nothing like that could possibly happen differently in the game. Kinda.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's the same way. You saw get me on Batman. I would sit there forever. It's just they're too easy and too boring. Now Ripley's might be that, but I just haven't played it enough. I feel like I can dive in there and have something different. But no, this decade sucked, dude. I'm probably most excited for Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
I'd probably have fun with that game.
I went with more of your expected picks. Spider-Man is my favorite Steve Ritchie game, so I went for that. I love that layout. I've always felt like when we're shooting the rafts and Spider-Man's going woohoo, it's like
it's a great game.
It's like physical. It like brings out that feeling of like flying through the city, right? It's crazy. But
that's the best game of the 2000s, by the way. In my book, if I had to pick the best game of 2000s, Spider-Man.
And my other pick is Lord of the Rings. Agreed, long playing game. Wouldn't play it all the time, but I do like having a long, epic kind of journey game. And that would be it for me, right? Like Hobbit. When I had Hobbit and Lord of the Rings here, it was like I don't need both of these, but one or the other would be good.
See, Listen, I those are great picks in terms of like some of the best games of the decade. I mentioned Simpsons. I need like some like a quote unquote player's game, where it's got to surprise me with some hard shots or can brutalize me or I don't know. Like I think like Wheel of Fortune would do that with some of the randomness and shots in there.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
If you're gonna have a 10-game collection, it's like I'm not gonna play this all the time, but every once in a while I kind of want to have a game like that. So it'd be nice to have in the mix.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my thinking.
All
right. 1990s.
God.
All right. So the first one's not going to surprise anybody. It's my nostalgia classic pick, Addams Family. Yes, I know Bear Chair, Shallow Rules. You can rip through it every time you play it, but it puts me in my pinball happy place. I play it and I'm just like, this is fun. I have fun playing it.
You just want a basic bitch game sometimes.
Exactly. Sometimes you just want a basic game.
Kevin wants a basic bitch game.
Exactly.
All right.
And
it's like mac and cheese. It's like your comfort food.
It's a comfort food of pinball. Exactly.
All right. Listen, it's not for me, but I can respect that.
Yeah. It's like the sound is great. The mood. It's got a fun atmosphere. The toys are cool. Give me my Addams Family.
I did have a pick like that. Oh, what's your other one?
My other one is Whitewater.
Oh, that's a good one.
This was a tough. There was a lot of good picks here.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't have that, but I liked that because that can be a tough game or long.
Yeah,
like,
it's an interesting
cool
layout,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, because it was like I had Attack from Mars on there. I was like, I think I'd go Whitewater over AFM. So, all right, what was your
you
picks?
have me rethinking things. I'm not sure what I would swap out for.
You're not allowed to rethink now.
I've got Medieval Madness. I can't help that game is not a game that I ever want to own, to be honest. But if I had to get a game from the 90s, it's kind of like in my collection. I'm kind of giving you the same response you give for that's like my Spider-Man.
Okay, there you go.
It's just kind of a cool game with the castle and everything. And once in a while, I want to tackle that. I think, or to have that in there. But if I put in Whitewater, I would put Whitewater in for that game.
Okay. Yeah,
because I think that's more of a Whitewater's can be more interesting in terms of what happens through him. A little more exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's a little more exciting.
Yeah.
Medieval Madness can be a grind.
Yeah.
So I kind of forgot about that. I think I'd be tempted to swap that out. But the other one I had written down was World Cup Soccer. Which probably no surprise.
I thought you might go there.
Yeah, I mean, we just reviewed and I kind of said as much. So those are my two 90s games. 90s was harder to pick because there were better choices in there than the 2000s.
80s was just like, holy crap, there's a lot of pinball machines in the 80s.
There's a lot of pinball machines, but not a lot of pinball machines that I had trouble picking. Like a lot of junk.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk, but there's some great classics in there too.
Yeah.
My first one is my wild card pick. It's my wild card. So, Robocop.
Yeah, I saw RoboCop on the list, and I was like, tempted for half a second. So
Yep.
that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I appreciate the wild card pick.
I was probably influenced because I just watched the movies that made us on Netflix and about RoboCop, and I was like, damn, I want to watch RoboCop. So I watched RoboCop, and I was like, damn, I kind of want the RoboCop pinball machine now.
Get it. I'm mad at you for not fucking getting Avatar.
Who's got a RoboCop for me?
You toyed
right?
with Avatar and you didn't get it.
Who's got a RoboCop? Hit me up. RoboCop.
You fucked up not getting
Talkpinball@gmail.com if you got a RoboCop for sale. My other pick is more of an expected pick. It's Centaur.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Centaur as much as everybody else likes it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't have a good reason for it.
All right.
I should
That's
like
fair.
it.
There's plenty of games I feel
Kinda,
like that
it's
about.
kind of awesome, but
Yeah.
so mine was Jungle Lord, which is maybe my favorite
I
classic
figured
of
you were
all
gonna go
time.
there.
I think that game is.
I think I might
is
know your other one too.
damn near perfect. And then the other one's Fathom.
Oh,
Just
no.
because I wanted to really I wanted to have the Williams, and then I
Mhm.
wanted to have a Bally, and Fathom is just a beautiful game. It's a fun game, so gotta go with Fathom.
Yeah.
What did you think I would pick? Bad
Bad
Girls?
Girls. Yeah.
I had it on the list, and then I thought Fathom.
Yeah.
Fathom's better than
I
Bad
really wanted to
Girls.
put Bad Girls, but then I was like, Nick's gonna pick Bad Girls.
But
so I'm
Fathom's
gonna
not when you get into price. It's not.
pick- No, it's not.
So
worth
this
that.
is like
Yeah, this is like we
is the dream,
somebody's just
yeah.
giving you these games and they all work great.
Correct.
And they're brand new and mint condition. Yeah.
correct.
Awesome. So that's the 80s. Our last decade, the 70s. I got some one expected, one unexpected here too. I think.
All right.
So why don't you go first this decade?
All right. So I'm going Paragon.
All right.
I really like Paragon, even though I don't have one. It's a wide body. It takes up a lot of room, and I don't know. I think that game's just great. I like Harlem a lot, but I find Paragon more interesting to play, and it's got some similarities with the inline drops. I think it's just a more interesting game.
Yeah.
What's going on? It's such a good wide body, and I don't really like wide bodies that much, but that's such a good wide body, man. That's a great
an
game.
ass-kicking wide body right there.
I would love to have a nice Paragon someday. Like if there's like a restored Paragon, and I had the space, it'd be tempting.
Yeah.
It'd be really tempting.
It's a fun game.
And then the other one, I threw in Stargazer
Okay.
because it's I want.
That's a 70s game?
Maybe it's not.
I feel like
Maybe
that's
I
an
messed
80s
up. Maybe I messed up. Well, you go. I'm gonna
Nick-
research that.
Nick's DQ'd.
I
It
might
might be a 70s game.
I might be, Kevin. You might be right.
My 70s picks. I'll give you the expected one first. It's Stars. That's kind of a
Shit, it's 1980.
oh shit.
All right, well, you do yours. I'll have to scramble to think of another one.
Stars. I like Stars because it makes you shoot all over the playfield and it's super hard, right? But it's got a good like spinner rip to it. You got to shoot all those Stars stand up targets to light it up, and it's just super fun. My other one is the wild card. It's you might remember this one from our virtual days of the Bro Show, shooting the rapids from Zacharia. It's got
Okay.
it's just one. It's very simple.
Yeah, I like that
but I
game.
love it. And it's like
Yeah.
if I could have I was like, why not get a Zacharia in
Yeah.
here too, right? If it's gonna in this magical world where it's all gonna work and I never have to worry about parts and what the heck?
So I would have said Frontier. Frontier's 1980.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm just gonna have to cop out and say Shooting the Rapids.
There you
then.
go.
I'll
Shooting the
I'll take a Shooting the Rapids as well.
There you go.
Why not?
We're
Who
all
saw that
shooting the
coming?
rapids.
Yeah, you think I'd think of another one from the 70s? There's great games. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought I had a lock. That's why. So
Yeah.
nothing else is coming to mind.
Yeah. Bad Girls is your favorite ADB game, Nick? Brennan 98. wants to
Yeah,
know.
100%. I know, like, the ADB games like TX Sector gets it, but it's just the music. Like there's problems with the rules with the ripping the spinner and stuff. Yeah, Bad Girl's favorite ADB game. I've not played Monte Carlo or whatever. Is that what it's called?
Oh God.
I think so. I've not. There's some I haven't played, like Robo War. So you got to take it with a grain of salt.
What's the
but
creepy
all
one with the
ones
little girls all over it?
with the little girls all over it?
Yeah, it's really gross.
What is like the theme of it?
It's like a carnival theme. I forget the name of
Balls of Poppin'?
it.
No, I know what you mean though. I might
really
have played
bad.
it at Papa. I don't know.
I don't think they have it at Pop. I've only ever seen
I think
it
Bad
online.
Girls is just a great game.
Yeah. I was playing Bad Girls at your
Hot
house
shots.
after League, and I was like, man, this is really good.
I'm
I
really.
like it's got that shot that like loops around and sets up your upper flipper shot. I
I
was
know.
like, this is a really good layout.
And the spinners. But to hit that shot, you also hit a spinner
Yeah.
in doing that. Yeah.
And
It's
then
a
you
great
like,
game.
Hit that stand up, the drop down target.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. All right, we got a couple bits of Q&A before the end of the show here. So this one comes from Sergeant Ski 1978 in Discord. He says, curious if Nick could provide thoughts and tips on starting an operator business the next episode.
Yeah.
My answer to him was, don't do it. What would your tips be?
I can give let's do it, but put that in the segment for next time, and maybe I'll prepare for it. Maybe I won't, but we'll talk about it next time. Let's do that.
Okay.
Because I don't think we've really done maybe a step by step and what to know. And
Okay. All right, and this one was great. This came to us through our email, talkpinball@gmail.com. It's from Nolan in Northern Maine. He says, Kevin, you are my hero. After many smashed fingers and hernias loading games in and out of my bed of my truck, I heard your suggestion on using pool noodles. I got a couple big solid noodles off of eBay real cheap, and rolling the games in and out of the bed by myself was a breeze. It was the first game I ever sold to, a Medieval Madness. I spent the summer building from the husk and a board set of a donor NBA Fast Break that died from a lack of love. Actually, I do love NBA Fast Break. It was my first game. I got 2 rings and nearly 400 points on it, but I love the Deadpool Pro and stack of cash I got in trade for the Medieval Madness even more. Then I took the stack of cash and got a Stern Spider-Man. There you go.
Wow.
We were talking about that before. And so God bless NBA Fast Break in this crazy market. And he says, and thank you again for the pool noodle tip. So there you go.
that's a good tip.
That was one of my that was an early podcast where I talked about that.
Yeah.
So the tip is, if you don't know, get a pool noodle. If you're rolling the game into your car, your truck bed, put the pool noodle down, slide it right in on that sucker. I get to slide it in a little bit on the first one, and then put the second one in and finish sliding it in. And then what's nice about that is it kind of settles in a little bit. It doesn't slide around a lot. I know some folks will use like PVC pipe for it, which is a similar effect, but then it rolls around more. So
Yeah, we used it when we moved Godzilla to Masuda Chow's.
Okay.
Noodle trick. Yeah.
And you're like, there you go.
Yeah.
That is my contribution to the pinball world. I can go away now. I've done it. I've made an impact.
Did it.
Hot Shots. That's the gross game.
Yeah.
Arcade Hunters new. Thank you. All right. So that's going to do it for this episode of Brody Even Talk Pinball. Thanks for joining us. Have a great holiday season. If you haven't yet, be sure to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube if you want to check out past episodes of the show or other Twitch streams. You can join us in Discord, discord.gg/Buffalo Pinball to chat during the day. If you want to send a feedback like Nolan in Northern Maine, you can email us talkpinball@gmail.com. If you want to support the channel, you can drop some bits in chat. You can sub the Twitch channel using your money, or you can use your Prime account if you have Amazon Prime. It's no extra charge. There's a PayPal account, buffalopinball@gmail.com. We've had some folks send donations like that, and you can also drop a review on your platform of choice to help us out there. That'll help more people. And tell a friend. This holiday season, when you're home, just hanging out, and you're like, I'm bored, I want to listen to some pinball podcasts, tell them, listen to Brody Even Talk Pinball.
Skinny guy, ball guy.
Skinny guy
swears a lot.
All right. Have a good night, and don't forget this.
The reverb.
Yeah, good reverb.